Oh yeah, man, woman, and child. We got us a knife here, a fixed blade. It's a Haas Halfbreed Blades. And they're an Australian company. They're making knives. And I walked by their table at the 2020 SHOT Show and take a look at my Halfbreed Blades video from the 2020 SHOT Show. And you'll see a whole table full of fixed blade knives there, including the LBK-01, which is, that's what this is. It's in black. It's a large bush knife. That's what LBK stands for. And you have a sleeve over the top. Get rid of that. In here, you have an envelope. Big, big envelope. It's got goodies in here. And here's the knife right here. Large bush knife in under a minute unboxing. And we'll get back to the paperwork and the particulars here in a minute. 11 inches overall length, and the card that you get with it will describe all the goodies. 15 centimeter length blade, pretty much close to 6 inches, but really 5.75 inch blade, and 11 and a tick in length. 28, close to 28 and a half centimeters. Blade, millimeters wise. 0.256, which is a quarter inch, which would be 6 point something millimeters. Come on, 6.5 millimeter thickness. Handle thickness. Their material says 0.94. I've got a 0.92 at 23.4 millimeters. So it'll fill your hand. That's for sure. Over 17 ounces, and I believe over 25 ounces with the sheath, etc., which brings me to the next layer. Pull this out. And what do you got under here? Well, there's more goodies in the bag. I think the sheath is something that's pretty impressive, and I really like that. And you get the Tech Lock thing here too, which is a Wagner and Terzuola design here. Blade Tech, USA patent. This is really a nice sheath as well. And it's got the Halfbreed Blades little moniker there. But you can set this up. You can, oh, hold on. Push this down. There we go. Let go. Come on. There you go. And so you can open it up. You can put this on a pack or however you want to mount this. Okay. Then here's a ferro rod that's built into here. And there is a section on the actual knife that will accommodate a ferro rod usage. So for striking a fire. This, you can see the sheath is interesting, and I'll take these screws off so I can pop this away, because this over here lets the sheath come away from this mounting, so you can actually just pull it out and, like he said on the video, carry it scout style if you want. Pop it back into here. But these are secured here for right now, but we'll get to that in a bit. So there you go with that. How about this? Throw it on the scale. 504 grams. Let's roll around 2 ounces. And 17.8 ounces. Let's throw it in here just for the hell of it. Throw it on the scale again. And they were right. 25.75 ounces. 730 grams. So this is not a lightweight knife. This is not like a 7 or 8 ounce, 10 ounce knife. It's a heavy sucker. One thing I'll probably do is send it in actually and have an HRC done to the blade, which is Bowler K110, which is their D2 equivalent. I'll show you the information on that in a little bit. Here's the information you get with the knife. You get a sticker. You get their Hardcore Hardware Australia card, Halfbreed Blades, warranty information. Here you go. Of course, I got this from Australia, and it was delivered within 2 weeks, maybe a little quicker than that. There you go. There's the information on this knife. Large bush knife, fixed blade, 59 to 60 HRC. We'll check that out. Teflon coated, and I've done a little research to that, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Modified drop point, 5.7 inch. You're right. Blade thickness, 6.5 millimeter. Correct. Kydex, etc. 17.4. I had 17.8, I think. Overall weight, I had 25.7, so I was a little bit off. Mounting, 3 different mounting styles that you can go through there. 0.94 and micarta scales. So that's really cool. And they give you this pamphlet, and this kind of shows you a bunch of the different models, you know, like the large survival knife. I think that is ultra cool. I might have to do that one next. And infantry style, emergency rescue, all kinds of things. And there's the folder, which that should be the next one I get. It's like the LBK, but it's the LBF, large bush folder. So they come in, you know, different finishes, so you don't have to get black on black, but this is badass enough, right? It's comfortable in the hand. It definitely fills the hand. If you had heavy gloves on, this would also be good, but it's not bad now. Okay, so it seems to me to be relatively sharp right out of the box, which might beg the question, how thick is it behind the edge? So I'm going to try and get right just into the black Teflon part. .9. Let's go to inches. 0.03 is what I'm getting. So that's just right as you're into the black here. That's a beast, for sure. I really like the design of this knife. It's got lashing holes here for use with your ferro rod, which comes right here on this. Striking capability and lanyard hole. Also fire drill. Big long fuller here. Obviously, I think you've got plenty of heft with that tip, reinforced tip. And should be fairly easy to continue to sharpen and take care of because of the type of steel it is. So it's not some super steel exotic that you have to get your diamond stones out to do. This should be able to function with regular ceramic stones, you know, for sharpening, that kind of thing. Yeah, balance on this blade is just, you know, right here, right about here. And let's try not to tip it over one way or the other, but right there is my balance point. So as it teeters back and forth. Neat. Imagine you can remove these micarta scales if you'd like to. I'll give you the link to Halfbreed Blades site. This is just a little print off of the LBK-01 knife. Okay, multi-purpose utility. So you can pause and read this here. They talk about 6.5 millimeter Bowler K110 or D2. Their D2 thing. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Easy to maintain, that kind of thing. More pause and read. Jimping here and there. US made linen micarta for scales. steel Torx fittings, crusher pommel, US made Kydex, fire steel. So here's like your chemical or your composition, your elemental composition of regular D2 steel. If you look at the bowler, just about the exact same. Really, really close. The people at Halfbreed also told me that they have a proprietary heat treat process that they don't disclose how it's done because they don't want it copied. So D2 can be kind of a little tricky to do well if you're doing large production batches. So that's why I'll have this tested and then maybe send it to one of the guys in our cut testing group because they have kind of the standardized way that they do things. And as far as, you know, looking at the actual edge geometry and the kind of media they use for cutting. So I may have that run through there as well. I think one person had made mention of, you know, I'm not going to pay $300 and some odd for D2, but I think some people have done that. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you can make, you know, there was Medford, Browse, that kind of thing. They're paying all kinds of money for D2 and have in the past as well. So I think if it's something that somebody like Greg Medford has confidence in as a material, now he has his own heat treat process. So, you know, the devil's in the details. Also, you talk about the coating here. Should it be Cerakote? Should it be Teflon? Does it make a difference? And you know what? I read through several forums and they're pretty split on it. A lot of people really like the Teflon and they go, if you have it properly done, it's good and durable. So it's not so much about the material itself as the process that is done. In the way that it's done, is it done well or not? Some people were bitching and moaning about the Cerakote flaking off, others about the Teflon, and others swearing by both. So I don't know that that's a huge thing. There is a difference between the two types of coatings as far as slickness goes and as far as abrasion resistance or corrosion resistance that they'll both speak to. So, you know, I don't know. I'm not going to try and second guess because I don't have enough experience with Cerakote versus Teflon on a knife of similar make and design where I've seen any real field tests that have given me any true knowledge about the difference. So number 15 Torx is what I used. I took the screws off, but the scales did not come away. So I'm wondering if there's some other bonding agent that they're using in there. And I'm not going to try and pry them off at this time. Hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But I just thought that was interesting. I'd probably contact them if I had issues where I wanted to do a swap out with the scales or something. Then I'd probably contact them first before I got into that. So if we can't screw up the knife, let's screw up the sheath, huh? And so here we have this issue. I want to take some of these screws out and be able to modify my carry, but I think I'm going to, well, I guess I could probably just take this apart like this. And you can see that you have a little spacer in here. And you need to take at least 3 screws out. This one here. This one here. under your ferro rod. Shorter screw, obviously. Well, no, this screw would be the same size as that, come to think of it. And then we have a really long screw here because it goes all the way through this attachment for the ferro rod. Okay, and then we can pull the sheath away. Okay. There you go. Oh, got a little, but still we've got this attached here. So you could carry it like this. And it just snaps right back into here. Like that. Just like that. Not too shabby. Or attach this and go with this on the belt. I mean, looking over the knife, I'm not feeling any sharp edges or unfinished surface area. It looks pretty good all the way around. Feels solid in the hand. All right, thank you so much for hanging out. This is interesting. The table was full of really good looking blades and tools, and I just thought it'd be worth checking out. It was a brand I was unfamiliar with. I thought, wow, this is cool. Just walked right by the table, saw all these incredible looking blades. They're Halfbreed blades. I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much. You know what we do around here. We love them knives, so you guys stay sharp.